Jean Rief grew up Catholic, but always kept her relationship with God at arm's length, until one homily changed her life and helped her cope with the death of her daughter Amanda, the oldest of her 4 children.
I need to go back to my childhood and how faith was so important in our family, and I always craved a more intimate relationship with Jesus, but I very consciously kept him at arm's length because I knew a whole lot of people who loved their Lord, but their lives were one tragedy, one suffering after another, and I thought, okay, we don't get more than we can handle, right? And the stronger our faith is, I think the more we can handle, of course. And I thought, I don't want bad things to happen to my family or my loved ones. And so even though I wanted that relationship, I very consciously just kept him out here. And that worked pretty well for most of my life until our church received a new pastor in 2007. Father Paul Jarvis was on fire for the Lord. His reverence and his humility was so contagious, and I wanted that kind of a relationship with Jesus Christ. And several months after he arrived, he had a homily that changed my life forever. He said, we all have a fear, we all have something, a basic fear that is keeping us from being in full communion with God. And he liked to give us homework. And our homework that day was to go home in front of a crucifix or a statue or a picture or something of great significance for us, and to name out loud that fear and to ask God to take it from our shoulders. And so I knew it was time to let go beside of the pool. So I went home and I did the homework, and it was amazing. It was so amazing. It was like this huge weight that was removed from my shoulders, and the indescribable beauty and light was just incredible. And I thought, I can get through anything with God by my side. And so 3 weeks later, I got a call. I picked up a call, and it was our daughter had passed away in a fire at her college. 3 students had passed away. And I have to admit that one of the first thoughts was, I can't believe it, it's happening already. With God in my life, we can indeed get through anything. Tragedies happen to everyone, no matter whether you have faith or not. But it is so much easier with faith to have that peace in our heart and to know that God wants the best for us, that he loves us so much. He doesn't want us to suffer. He wants to walk with us on that journey, take our hand and help us through. We have 1,000 choices every day, and we can choose to be of God or not. And it's amazing what happens when we take the choice of God, and how those doors open up. And if you ever look back at a tragedy in your life and think of all the things that have happened as a result of that never would have happened before otherwise if you hadn't chosen that of God path. I mean, I work in the church now. It is the greatest gift in my entire life, beyond my family, my children. If I hadn't chose of God after the loss of our daughter, if I would have started doing self-destructive things or whatever, I wouldn't be where I am today. Things do happen, but we can turn them into something good. And that's I think is cool. Is that, don't wait for the crisis and then go into despair. Seek the light.